Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scarfinger, and this is Scarchism Live in 2018.
White Nation.
And I want to start off the show by saying cough medicine is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, especially like if you take it like NyQuil or DayQuil. If you take it on an empty stomach, it just feels like you swallow it, and then it turns into a brick and just pounds it into your stomach. It's like, holy shit.
Pause. I got a little bit of a cough, and I know that even when I mute, you can still hear me, so I don't want it. So I went ahead and I took the damn cough medicine, and holy fuck, was it disgusting. And secondly, I haven't coughed in the last few minutes, so it might actually work.
Well, I mean, it is in the name, so hopefully it works.
Yeah. Well, it's called cough medicine, which, if it's in the name, it would kind of suggest that it makes you cough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is medicine that makes you cough. So, like, if we're going by just from a name perspective of it all, it sounds like it makes you cough.
Yeah.
Hey, was there ever any resolution to the whole butt chugging stuff that teenagers were doing years ago?
That was the most random.
Have you ever heard of butt chugging? Like you brought up NyQuil, and it made me think of butt chugging. So like teenagers were, because like one of the ingredients in cough syrup is alcohol, right? Mm-hmm. So what these teenagers would do, they would have these parties, and basically what they would do is they would flip upside down and have someone place a bottle of NyQuil or something in their butthole, and it would get them drunk because, of course, it's more connected to your bloodstream, and it's not filtered out through your stomach and the acids and all of that kind of stuff. So it supposedly it got you really fucked up, and so teenagers were doing that so they can get drunk and they can say that they haven't drank. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things, kind of like how teenagers have, like teenage girls have butt sex so they can still say they're a virgin. These are things I've read about. Nothing I know personally, but like this, these are things I've read about. And apparently the whole butt chugging thing was like a big deal. A few years ago. Apparently it's not as big of a deal as I thought.
Like bloodstream and with a beer. I didn't know that they did it with like freaking NyQuil.
Yeah, they will put like cough medicine, because of course, if you're a teenager, you can just buy cough medicine. Like, you can't buy alcohol, but there's alcohol in the cough medicine. So you know what? Let's do this, yo. I guess that's how they feel about it. I mean, you could go the whole Flaming Homer thing if you want. You please tell me you know what I'm talking about. There's an episode in the earlier Simpsons, when people were actually still watching, where Homer Simpson made a drink, and one of the ingredients was like cough syrup, and then like the secret ingredient is lighting it on fire and blowing it out. And like someone was trying to steal his drink idea, and they couldn't figure it out, and it was like, it can't be cough syrup, like that type of thing. But yeah, that happened. It's been a very long time since I watched The Simpsons. I'm always surprised that The Simpsons still actually puts out new episodes. Like, they're on like season like 20 or some shit now.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I watched it too, and like I actually have like the DVD box sets in my Amazon, like for like season 3 and stuff, like like the really good, like right there in the early 90s. Because I heard that kind of like maybe at the end of the 90s going into the 2000s, it started to get not as good, more formulaic. So I'm pretty sure that like the new episodes are not just amazing like the original ones were. I mean, but that's what a lot of stuff, like America just doesn't know how to like really end shows. So right. That's why we end up with like freaking 20 seasons of Lost or something. You know what I mean?
There's like 7, but the last, no, it's like 6 or 7. But the last season of Lost, I try to pretend like it doesn't exist. I did not like it at all. And after like you really have to, after you finish Lost, like you have to like go and like do some research on what's really happening here type shit. And it's all like convoluted, and they try to sum some stuff up, but there's a lot of hanging threads. Like one of the people on the island was a child, and apparently in the earlier seasons, it was basically hinted at that this child is important. But like, if you know how Lost ends, that child was not supposed to age, and he became a young man, and they had to get him off the show because, like, even though this child is supposed to be important, he wasn't supposed to be growing up.
Right, and how you want to keep an actual human actor from growing up?
Right. Yeah, and that's really what happened. And then also the fact that you wonder until the ending, you wonder why it is that they're on an island, there isn't much to eat and all of this kind of stuff. How Hurley stays fat the whole time. Like, he was supposed to lose a lot of fucking weight. If this is all real and all in our reality and all of this kind of stuff, like, come on, man, he doesn't have much to eat. Why is he still a really big dude?
Right.
So there's a lot of things, but it's obvious you haven't watched Lost, that I can't really talk about it much. You should though.
It's the ranch dressing, sir. Maybe he was just sneaking ranch dressing the whole show.
No, I'm saying you should watch. I think Lost is a really good show. It's just that last season is full of what the fucks.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. Amber has watched it. There's a lot of stuff that Amber started that I kind of like watched here or there, because at one point I was working a lot and a lot of nights and stuff. Mm-hmm. And if she didn't watch it without me, she wouldn't watch it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if I got home, I'm pretty much.
I think it's something that you should watch. I think you should give it a good shot. It's a really good change of pace from all of that anime shit and horror shit that y'all love so much.
That's not all we watch.
No, I didn't say that's all you watch. I said that y'all love so much. That's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we do us, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you there. So I have not watched and or played a whole lot. I did watch the movie.
Cool.
And I found it very interesting until the end.
I found the world interesting, and I found the design of the characters and just kind of the world building interesting, but the story itself I found very simple and very on the nose. Like, they were, like, especially, I mean, I guess spoilers for 9, but we didn't even say what movie we were watching. Well, I guess we did last time.
Yeah, but it's a very anti-war theme.
Yeah, but like certain characters would like die early on when you didn't even really, you were supposed to care about that character, and we only saw him like twice, like that number 2 guy. Like, right.
But here's what I say about 2. Are we just going full spoilers, or?
I mean, it's pretty much.
I mean, we did discuss that we were going to watch the movie. So if you hadn't watched the movie, maybe you want to skip ahead a little bit, because we are going to do not heavy spoilers, but we're going to spoil a little bit of 9. Cool? Okay. That's a cool thing to say. I think we learned everything that we needed to know about 2 very early, especially his willingness to risk himself for 9. Like, there was something there. There was something there just in that small amount of time about him, being in a position to sacrifice himself for someone he just met. And that tells you a lot about a character, and that provided a base for, like, what you should know and what you could know about that character. So I'll give you that. And then you find out later that, he was kind of sent there to die anyway. So, like, one is a dick. Like, he is such a dick. Yeah. And would you think? Could you think that that 9 is also anti-religious? Because of the treatment of one. Because one falls very close to semi-religious ideals. And over the course of the movie, like 9 shatters all of those ideals that he holds dear.
Right. I don't think it's really anti like a specific religion, but I think it's anti. And
then also they held up in the church, and it was a well documented situation where they burned the whole church down.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's like that was kind of a thing, like, you know, like I don't know about you, but that was kind of symbolic in my opinion. That was kind of symbolic, you know what I'm saying? Like it seemed really on the nose to me. And then like, you know, the fact that in order to save himself, he had to give that up, you know, when the bad thing was coming after him, and it grabbed his cape. And he had to let it go in order to survive. And he didn't want to. He very much didn't want to, but he had to let it go in order to survive.
Yeah, and that cape is, even though it's it means nothing, it's like a symbol to him. That's his his.
Yeah, it's very representative of his perceived stature.
Yeah.
I mean, but also he could have felt that way because he was number one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
man, he number one.
Yeah, I mean, he had the little coin on his hat and everything. Like, fuck out of here. Like we all out here. None of us know why we here. Like, fuck out of here. You think you running shit? Like, I get it. You help some of us go to safety. Cool.
Well, the thing about number one, the scientist guy created them, but you would think that he would create his first one, like even how he created the eyes and stuff. You'd be like, this guy's gonna be a dick. Look how I made these eyes.
Right. They're like really squinty upside down triangles.
Yeah. And everybody else
is wide open. It's a aperture, a photo aperture for everyone else's eyes. Like, that's basically what it is.
I like their eyes a lot. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah, and surprisingly very expressive. Yeah. For it to be like basically dolls. But okay, so as a whole, I like the movie. I also like that it wasn't very long. But what I did not like is I didn't understand the resolution at all. I don't know if it was just me. Like I didn't get what the goal was. Like what he was doing. Like, you know, what the scientist did. Like, I didn't get what his goal was. I didn't get what he was attempting to do. And, like, all we got at the end was the thing shoots in the air with the people who have gone on. And I'm like, well, why was that only set up for the people who had passed already? Like, why was that not for all of them to be able to get back together and then ascend? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just...
his purpose for making them was basically trying to keep humanity alive.
But how do you keep humanity alive in that way? Like, how do, in order to keep humanity alive, they have to be able to reproduce, right?
Well, I haven't thought about the little dudes doing that, but maybe they could.
But like,
there is a female one.
But like, how do you? No, I mean, like, not necessarily reproduce, but how do you make more? Because, I mean, obviously he did it. He did the whole thing Horcrux style. It's like somebody went through the Harry Potter phase and was like, I can do Horcruxes, but instead of 7, I'm going to do 9. Like, that's basically, I'm going to do 9. So the whole thing was based off of Horcruxes, which on some level I get it, but in reality, like, your first Horcrux is usually the strongest one. It is the, because if you do pieces of your personality, like, let's just say, like, I'm going to split myself into 2. right? And I'm going to put part of my personality in this thing. Well, in order to do that, half of my personality has to go into the first thing. And then when I make the second one, I'm basing the second one on the other half of my personality. So after that one, I'm 25%. So like it should have started strongest and got weaker over course of time, right?
The only really strong one was 8, which
no, not strong, but like the personality portion, personality portion of them.
Right.
Unless he figured out a way to just take different. I mean, I guess he figured out a way to just take different aspects of his personality and put it into this one. Like, you know, he put his spirituality in one. He put his mental and physical toughness in the other. Like, and then he put his, you know, his courage into 9. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or his question everything.
Yes, but there was definitely courage in 9 that the others didn't possess, except for what was the female was 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, obviously 7 had courage also.
Yeah, 7's badass.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I love her little mask. It was like a bird skull.
Yeah.
And it just over her eyes, and that was just really cool. She looked like one of the crows from The Wiz. Have you ever seen The Wiz?
I've seen bits and pieces.
But yeah, it kind of looked like one of the crows from The Wiz. But yeah, man, I thought the movie was cool. I really wish I had any idea of what happened after that. Like, so you shoot the thing in the sky, it turns blue. What happens now? You know,
right?
That's
maybe another one. I think there may be like some sort of cryptic tease that there may be, but it didn't do too well in 2009. Well, I think one of the main reasons it didn't do too well is it kind of it's like it was too much of a kids movie for, you know, a lot of teens and adults, but it was too much of an adult movie for a lot of kids. So it's kind of stuck in this kind of limbo.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like ended up in like cult territory, which, you know, that keeps people talking about it, but they don't really keep the money going.
Right. Absolutely. So, but like I said, it was a good suggestion. I enjoyed it until the end, where I was still enjoying it, but I was confused about what the resolution really was, because none of that stuff at the end was explained. I think the rest of it was decently explained. It was explained well enough from the perspective of people, in quotation marks, people who had a limited frame of knowledge about their world and what they figured out over whatever course of time this was. I think that is, you know, I thought that was very well done. Like, you know, we don't really know everything, but here's what we do know. You know, it's kind of like the explanation to the Matrix. I felt very Matrixy about this. You know what I mean? It felt very Matrixy. About the war between the humans and the machines and all of that other stuff, and you know, it felt a little Matrixy. I thought it was going to go in a very Matrix situation, but nope, Horcuxes. Should that be the name? Should that be the title of the episode? Nope, Horcuxes. Because right now it's butt chugging. I don't. Okay.
How about Horcrux butt chug?
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna write both down.
Okay.
But like, so what was your overall impression of it?
Like I said before, like I liked the world building and I liked the characters. I think some of the characters could have been fleshed out a little bit more, like 5. And even though I mean it's John C. Reilly, and he normally when he started doing the whole not Will Smith, but like the Will Ferrell stuff, and he was actually a pretty serious actor,
right?
And and this was kind of in that same vein. But
do you know the guy who did the voice of 8? He does a lot of voices. He does a lot of video games, but he also does a lot of versions of like cartoon and game versions of the Incredible Hulk.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
That's the thing. My microphone thing is barely moving. Let me move closer to the microphone. I hope I don't pop. Because I got my pop filter. But well, actually, it's over there. But yeah, man, do you want what else? What else you want to move into? Do you want to move in? Where do you want to go next?
You want to go into games?
Oh yeah, games are really easy for me. I've only really been playing RimWorld, and I want to play Saints Row. Because I've been watching someone's Let's Play of Saints Row 1 and 2. Well, he just started 2. I watched him play through all of Saints Row 1, and like I'm watching, and like the thing about Let's Plays is Let's Plays are great when you don't have a lot of experience in the game that you're watching. So like even right now, RimWorld Let's Plays are really hard to watch if they're the vanilla game. Like if they have certain mods and stuff attached to RimWorld, those are easier to watch because I'm not necessarily using the same mods as them. So those are easier to watch, but the vanilla game, it's just like, bruh. But like watching him play Saints Row, I had a lot of feelings about it. Like, I really did. Like, I had a lot of, like, you're doing this wrong. Like, the guy I'm watching is, It's Real 85. He does a lot of, his other channel, he does a lot of videos, like the Freddy versus Jason, stuff in Grand Theft Auto. And he has, he records those songs like the Bloody Freddy song, which is a fucking dope ass song. I don't care what nobody says, it's a dope fucking song. But he has a separate channel where he just does a bunch of Let's Plays. And I just happened to come across it, and I'm watching him play the game, and I'm just like, you're doing this so wrong. He's also playing San Andreas, and I realized I don't remember most of San Andreas. By watching him play it, I'm like, I don't remember none of this shit, dog. Like, none of it.
When it comes to San Andreas and Vice City, like, I don't remember anything about the stories. Because all we did back then,
I didn't like Vice City.
Kill shit.
Yes, and that's the problem that I'm having with him watching him play Saints Row, because he's doing a whole lot of stuff like running over pedestrians and just shooting random people. He has this thing about this guy that's in San Andreas that he looks like he's wearing like Bengals colors, Cincinnati Bengals colors, and every time he sees that guy, he's like, I gotta kill that guy. Every time he sees him, no matter what he's doing, he's like, I'm gonna kill that guy. But see, the problem that I was having, especially in the early parts of the game, he was wasting time shooting at cops and stuff like that, and then like start a mission when the cops are still after him, and then like being preoccupied with still shooting at cops and stuff and not doing the missions. And then like he would just start killing random pedestrians just for the fun of it, and then get into a mission and don't have no damn bullets. Well, you wasted all of your bullets on nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you wasted all of your bullets on nothing, and then you get in the mission complaining that you ran out of bullets. Like, so what is it? What is your goal here? I get it. You're just doing this for the fun, and it's funny because his commentary makes it more funny. But like, at what point are you actually going to play the damn game instead of just kind of farting around? Like, we all get in these games and fart around. I don't really want to watch someone else do that.
Right.
I want to watch you play the game because I can't play the game right now because one, my 360 is in boxes and it's inside of a storage space somewhere, and you can't play 1 and 2 backwards compatible.
Which I could almost understand 1 because for as much as I love 2, 1 is kind of forgettable. You know what I mean?
It is, but like after watching him play 1, I didn't realize how much 1 really sets the table for 2. Like there's a lot of stuff in the background and like what's happening in side conversations and stuff like that really have more of an impact in 2. But they set the table. Well, not necessarily set the table, but they were able to build off of what they did a whole lot better than I initially thought.
Yeah, because 2 and 3 are like my favorites. 2
is my favorite. I think 3, they made it way too much more linear.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and then 4 is completely off the rails, and I did not like it. I've started 4 at least 3 times, and I just can't force myself to do it.
I I believe I completed it. I don't think I. No, actually, I don't think I completed it. I think I watched Amber complete it. But I mean, it's fun. But you kind of gotta like take your mind off of that it's a Saints Row game. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's Crackdown.
Yeah,
it's Crackdown in the Saints Row universe. And then like you start getting some of the Crackdown things, and you're able to run fast and stuff like that. And then the whole point of having cars is ridiculous. Like you start doing all of that shit, and then it was like, you should do a race in a car. Why the fuck would I do that?
Right.
So that part bothered me. At some point I'll play it, but and then I bought it on a sale because the Steam Winter Sale is on. So I bought 2 for PC, thinking that I'm gonna play it on PC. Apparently, the port on PC is terrible, like really stinking terrible.
Yeah, you said that on facetious.
Yeah.
Like, I think I own it on PC, but I mean, I don't own a lot of shit on PC that I'm like, ooh, $2.
Right.
Never played it.
Yeah, but there's a mod pack that's supposed to make the game playable. It's called Gentlemen of the Row, and it adds a bunch of stuff to the game, and supposedly it stabilizes the frame rate. Apparently, if you play the game straight up, your frame rate, even on a good PC, could drop to the single digits.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah. So most people say that after the Gentlemen of the Row mod, which is not available in Steam, you got to download that separately. After that mod, your frame rate can go between 40 and 60, depending on your rig.
Cool. Yeah. When you say like frame rate don't really matter, it doesn't really matter above 30 to me. To me, yeah, I'm with you there. But once you start hitting like the 20s and stuff, you're like, man, I will lower this freaking resolution to have this frame rate. Right.
Like I would love to be able to play this game without it looking like a flip book.
Right.
That's pretty much how I feel about it, and so I haven't played it yet. I downloaded it, but I downloaded it on my laptop. But I don't think I'm going to be playing on my laptop. I have played RimWorld on my laptop, and it's worked surprisingly well. Because RimWorld, it only uses one core of your computer. It's a single threaded game. I guess that's what it says. I mean, I guess that's how people say it. So it's working pretty well on the laptop, other than like, I'm used to playing on the alpha. It plugged into my TV, and I got a 50-inch TV, and now I'm playing on a 15-inch screen. So it's not great. It's not great at all, but it's working, and I'm able to play, and that's cool. And I'm getting ready to start a new colony. Because I think I got to the point to where so this one, I cheated a whole lot. Every time something really damaging happened and I lost a whole bunch of people, I just restarted. My next colony I'm going to play, and I'm going to play this. I might actually record videos. I still haven't bought my capture card. I'm going to be buying a capture card soon. But I had some things to take care of.
Is that the one you said that like actually captures it within itself? Not going to a computer?
Correct. I'm going to get, I think my goal is to get an AverMedia, it's the something 2. I can't remember what the name of it, but it's an AverMedia standalone. It looks weird. It's kind of shaped like a Toblerone. So, I mean, I could get a lesser card because I don't really the only thing I want to be able to have is, I want the card to be able to do 1080p 60 and be able to record without a PC. Because right now, my PC and my TV are way too far away from each other to ever be able to do that right. You know?
That was a whole big deal for us, and kind of the bane of Amber's existence is like when I was streaming a lot, I was like, the computer needs to be next to the TV, which needs to be next to the Ethernet. So we have to like design our or like align our room to amend to that. Right. Unless you want cords all over the place.
Correct. So I'm working on it. I'm going to buy it. I had to do some stuff for this job. I had to, I had to buy some insurance and stuff for my car. And and I went ahead and just paid the 6 months in advance, because I had the money and it was the right thing to do. Because I have to have insurance with this, with this job and stuff like that. And, I'm going to end up having to, put some work into my car or buy a new car. But as of right now, I needed to have that. In order to have this job, which starts tomorrow. She wanted me to work today. She called me early this morning, was like, "Hey, you want to work today?" I'm like, no, it just snowed and shit. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there. I don't know how the roads are. I haven't left the house. That type of shit. And it was like early in the morning. I just woke up. So, did y'all get snow?
We did. It snowed pretty good last night, but it was pretty much gone by the afternoon.
Okay.
But I mean, it's no good, so it must have warmed up pretty good. But that's the thing about the South, and that's the thing that Northerners don't understand when they say, "Hey, you guys don't know how to deal with this. We deal with it all the time." But the difference in the North is that it snows and it stays cold for long periods of time, and that snow doesn't melt.
Right.
So for us, it's going to snow, it's going to warm up, it's going to melt. It's going to turn to ice. It's going to warm. It's going to turn to ice. And it's like an endless cycle of just nastiness. And it never really turns to ice up there because it doesn't warm up enough for it to, you know what I mean? I'm sure, they have their problems. And one of the other main things is that they also have, the tax budget to have all these snow trucks and different things.
Right.
And, why are we going to have that in their tax budget when it snows one day out of the year? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rare, but here it's been cold. It said my app said it was 24 today, but it felt like 12. Mm-hmm. So it's stinking cold. It's really stinking cold. So the snow is still here. It didn't go away here. But the crazy part is Hampton Roads got hit much harder than we did. We got maybe about an inch or two. But some of the places in Hampton Roads got between 10 and 12.
Right.
And when people at home on Facebook were talking about the snow and stuff like that, I kept looking out the window nothing's here. Go ahead, I got you.
What's up?
You started talking and then I kept talking and I threw you off a little bit.
Oh, I don't know. Just keep talking.
Okay, fine. I'll keep talking. So what have you played?
Well, over the Christmas break, I played a lot of Persona 4 just because it was, if I was wanting to play something, it was something easy to play because it being a turn-based game. If I'm in the middle of a battle, I can just pretty much get up at any point and just be fine.
Right.
Nothing's going to kill me. And if I'm in a talking scene, still I can get up because it's not going to go to the next sentence until I hit X. You know what I mean? So
right.
that game's really good for having kids. But then other than that, what did I play? Oh, I played a Rift of Diablo 3. I reinstalled that. I was
I saw that when I was when I was on YouTube. I think I'm still appearing offline. But I saw that you put it was a 14 and some change minute video. I was like, I'm sitting here watching fucking YouTube. You could have said something. I think I have an idea where my disc is. I would at least did the riff with you. Even though your character is a much higher level than mine.
Well, mine's a 50 now. The one I was using, it's a necromancer, so he's a 50-something. I think he's 52 after that riff. But yeah, that was super fun. I was because Diablo is one of those things to where after a while we just kind of stop playing. But then once we start playing, we're why aren't we playing this all the time?
Diablo is an evergreen.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that you can put down, go do some other stuff, come back to, and be like, you know what, this is still fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I also started playing a game called Gravity Rush, and it is a Japanesey type game, but it's kind of it's actually a Sony first party game. I didn't know that at first. I knew it was a Sony game, but I didn't know it was a first party game. But I guess the first one originally came out on the PSP, and then it was ported to the Vita, and then it ported to the PS4 right before the second one come out. But it's really cool. It's a game kind of like Portal, I guess, or Mirror's Edge, to where it's kind of open worldy, but your whole thing is that you can control gravity. So you will kind of you'll like hit the bumper, and then you'll like start floating, and then you'll say, "I want the gravity to be on that wall." So you'll start falling to that wall, and so you can get to different areas and stuff by like just falling everywhere. But
was that something that was free or something
no,
you bought?
I got it on a sale at some. It might have been free at some point because I got the PS4 kind of late in the cycle, and I didn't get PS Plus until, so it might have been free earlier, but it wasn't free while in the past since 2015. So, but yeah, I got it for super cheap. But I know the Gravity Rush 2, it's still expensive, but it's fairly new. But yeah, I'm digging it. I just started it, and I mean, if you like games like Portal or it's not like I don't really like platformers like what is it like the Meat Boy, like ones that are like just punishing difficulty, like speed run type.
This is more of a puzzle game like Portal.
Yeah, because I like the ones that are like Limbo or Inside and stuff like that, to where it's more like I gotta figure this little thing out. It's not like I'm just going. Those other ones like the Meat Boy game, those will like send my anxiety through the roof.
Yeah, I think I have it. They gave it away for free on Xbox a while ago, but I've never actually played it. The only cool thing that I heard about Meat Boy is like when you finish a level, it replays all of your playthroughs of that level at the same time, so you just see yourself dying in all of the places you died.
Yeah, but yeah, I really dig it, and I think people would dig it if they knew more about it. Even that it is kind of kind of the anime style like characters and stuff. It's not that Japanesey in mechanics. It's more like a Portal or a Mirror's Edge or something like that.
Cool.
And all the cutscenes and stuff are in Japanese, so it has subtitles, and most of the cutscenes are like kind of like a comic book, like panels and stuff, and all the graphics. It's a pretty game, but it's like cell shaded sort of. So,
okay, so speaking of cell shaded, I really want to get back into Borderlands.
I was thinking about that too, and the main thing for me to get back into Borderlands is to get my freaking external hard drive, because all these games I want to play again, even Diablo, are like barely 50 or more gigabyte games.
Yeah, I got one for Christmas, and I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to soon. Once the stuff with this job is set in and I understand what my schedule and stuff is going to be, I'm probably going to have to get some internet here, because the internet here is wonky as fuck. It's good while you're connected, but it's quite possibly you could be disconnected really fast, because it only really allows you to connect 5 devices at once.
Mm-hmm.
And usually once it hits that limit, it'll just turn all of them off, and you have to relog into all of them.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. But it's all in all of the things that I'm trying to work out right now. I'm in a familiar place, but kind of in an unfamiliar territory where it's accepted. So it'll take some time. It'll take some time to get everything right. And I may have to do that real soon. Maybe as soon as these paychecks start rolling in for this job, we might have to pull the trigger on that, because, bruh, this is rough. And also, I would love for at least my main consoles to be wired. I would really like for my main consoles to be wired. I need that to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing for my PS4, because every now and again, it's not that it disconnects, it's that you might go to the store and it's just sitting there like spinning, and so I'll go and do like the little connection test on the PS4, and then it's fine. I think it's just just the Wi-Fi whole thing. Like after a while, if it's just sitting there on, it's going to get a little bit wonky on this connection. So I think I'd rather have it wired.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
But it's just hard. Yes.
Yeah.
Plug and play.
Pause.
You don't even know.
Yeah. So, all right. So I forgot to mute my notifications for that. So that's going to come across on the recording. All right. So, we're just going to talk about other things that we watched and then we out.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I already talked about everything that I watched, except for I'm watching The Punisher. I'm watching The Punisher again with my girl. She's finally caught up through all of the shows, and she's on The Punisher now. So I'm watching The Punisher again, and I'm noticing. It's like any show. You watch it a second time, and you notice all of the hints that they're dropping about stuff to come. Pause. And that's been cool. I really like The Punisher. It's very gruesome. But in the worst, and we do it the worst way possible. Pause. But we do it the worst way possible, and normally we watch it while we're eating. And it's not necessarily the best thing for eating because it is gruesome and it is bloody.
Right.
But I mean, I got a strong stomach. I think, I've survived this far. So, except for I refuse to eat anything on the last episode. The last episode is not going to the dinner time situation. Not at all.
So you're definitely not going to eat like anything with ketchup or meatball marinara or anything?
Not at all. Absolutely not. No, sorry, Bob, because I will probably yak. I felt sick to my stomach when I watched it the first time. I'm probably going to feel equally as sick the second time.
So what you're really saying is that The Punisher is a Marvel show that's not for the kiddos.
It is very much not for the kiddos. It is very, very violent. Lots of gun violence. Mostly gun violence. And they don't shy away. And there's parts where he's imagining kids being killed. Like, they don't actually show it, but it's very much implied. And, that type of stuff is not for the kiddos at all.
Right.
So, yeah, that's all I've been watching. What you got?
Well, of course we watched 9, and then, we were actually going to watch something that night. We were going to watch the Spider-Man Homecoming, but, things didn't really add up to where we sat down and watched it, because I was going to rent it, but,
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God, Spider-Man Homecoming is really good. I went to the movie theater. And saw it with my daughter and my girl, and we all had a pretty good time. It totally, if you think about it too hard, it totally fucks up the MCU timeline. But you know what? Fuck it.
Dude, the MCU timeline fucks up the MCU timeline.
No, like Spider-Man throws all of that stuff off. Like, it really does.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is the comic books did that shit all the time. So,
yeah, it does, and it is very much a comic book movie. More so, is much more comic booky than the others, and that's a good thing because the best thing about Spider-Man Homecoming is we finally got a real teenage Peter Parker. Like, right. Not an adult pretending to be a teenager. Like, this Peter Parker is in the 10th grade. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're talking about here. And, right. And that makes for a better Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I heard there's a new Spider-Man thing that's, like, kind of animated that seems like it goes over, like, different universes and stuff that seems to be...
That would be cool. If it was on Netflix, I'd watch it. I'm not really going to seek it.
Right, because I think it deals with Peter Parker and Miles and, different Spider-Mans.
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope. Because I have not read comic books in a long time, so I know about Miles, but I don't know any of his stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I mean, I know who he is. I know his ancestry a little bit. I know a little bit. I know like most of what his abilities and stuff are, but I don't really know about him. I know more about Mayday than I know about Miles.
That anime show you watch.
Yeah. I was just I was trying to remember what I had watched, so I was like, Amber, what have I watched?
So is that what happened? You put it on mute, and then right when you took it off, that's when she started talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I did. I haven't really watched much of anything other than I have been keeping up with Ruby, and it's been really good. but I don't really know. Like, if I like think back of all of RWBY, I don't really know kind of where they're going. You know what I mean? If you've got that feeling from shows before, to where like in the moment,
you mean how I feel about Supergirl?
Maybe. If that's
well, no, I watch Supergirl and I'm like, why am I watching this most of the time? I'm just like, why am I watching this? Until the last episode where she got her ass whooped, and that was good.
I'm not like, why am I watching it? Because I like it, and I like within the season, there's like a pretty good story within the season, but I don't know the overarching where they're going with the show in general. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. For me and Supergirl, it's basically, I just feel like the show is way more CW than WB.
Okay.
Meaning, you don't know what that means? You gotta say that like, the CW is more famous for a lot of their teeny bopper shows, and you know, love triangles and all of that other stuff. You know what young people go through as far as most of their shows. And WB does have the DC license, so it's, you know, like all of the DC stuff that's under WB, especially the movies, are very superhero action oriented, that type of stuff. And I just feel like
more Dawson's Creek than superhero.
Yes, is very much more Dawson's Creek than Superman. She does Superman type stuff. Even she actually, you know, at one point she beat Superman in a fight. But as she should, because technically she's older than Superman. You know, she was sent to protect him because he was a baby and she was a preteen when they were both sent from Krypton.
Oh, word.
And then she went through a wormhole. She went through a wormhole on her trip to Earth, and she went off course. So when she got here, he was already Superman.
Freaking comic books.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I had watched I had started another anime called My Hero Academia, and I've heard
the name before.
Yeah, and I had heard about it, and I heard it was good, and I've never really been too much into like the shonen, like DBZ type anime, and this was definitely kind of that. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I actually really like it. It's because it is that kind of superhero type anime, but it kind of subverts it in a way to where it's almost a thought process of that, to where the main character, think of the X-Men, like think of like 90% of the population are X-Men. You know, everyone has some sort of power, and it's, you know, genetically built into them. But then some people don't have that, and the main character doesn't have what they call a quirk, and he really wants to be a hero or whatnot. So he's trying to go to the school and all this. But
so he's like the nerd dude in Freshman.
Right, yeah. Like the superheroes actually like call him a fanboy and stuff, because like he's and the whole thing, how the superheroes get paid is how popular they are, and like sometimes certain superheroes will actually, you know, cock block other superheroes, and like try to, or like someone would get the kill on a villain or whatnot. They're the one that's going to get the notoriety and actually get the money and stuff, and then the other one would not. So it's kind of a big popularity contest. It has a lot of politics going on with the superheroes and stuff, but it's really funny, and it's written really well. I think it's a good one. So.
Okay. So yeah, have you ever read Freshman?
Freshman?
It's a comic book written by Seth Green and somebody else, and it's about it's a superhero comic book about these kids. They're freshmen in college, and the college doesn't have dorms for them, so they have to stay over the science building. There's an explosion that happens in the science building, and they all get powers based off of what they were doing when the explosion happened. So like one guy was like drunk off of his face, so you know, he was like drunk as fuck the first time, and so like he can like burp and get you drunk, and he's like perpetually drunk all the time. You know, there's you know, one guy was like burping or something like that, and now he can like he can like he's a big dude. He was like an Amish dude, and like now he can rattle his stomach and cause like earthquakes. There was a girl and her boyfriend. They were fucking at the time. Now they have the power to push and pull items, but only when they're connected to each other. Like only when they're holding hands and stuff like that can their power work. One guy was jerking his chain, and now he has a very large, indestructible penis that he uses to fight with. And then the best,
this is Seth Green, right? This,
yes. And the best character ever is this guy. He's a vegetarian. Mm-hmm. At the time that the thing went off, he was talking to his plants while he was watering his plants. He was tending to his plants and he was talking to them. Now he can hear plants and he doesn't want to eat them now because they talk. And apparently plants are extremely vulgar. So now he's a vegetarian and he doesn't know what the fuck to do because he can't eat plants because they're talking to him now. He can actually hear them speak. And
I'm not vegetarian because I love animals. I'm vegetarian because I hate plants.
Right. And then the one guy who is the nerd who knows about all of this stuff and tries to organize them as a superhero team left and went to get something to eat when this happened. So he comes back and all of them have powers and he doesn't. So he tries to make himself like some sort of like Batman like leader of it, and then like also in this, connected to the science building, like all of the jocks were working out and now like they're all like super powered, jock dudes that work for the science guy, I guess. It's something weird like that. So yeah, it's crazy, but it's really good. I think I got the graphic novel, so I got the first volume. I don't know if there's ever been another. But it's really good, and it was a really good idea. I wish it would have continued. It probably didn't sell very well, but it was really funny. Kind of like how I feel about American Jesus. Like I would say, American Jesus is a great graphic novel. Like a great graphic novel. There was supposed to be a second part, and it never came out. But holy fuck, the end of it is such a twist. Is like American Jesus is about a guy who he is currently president talking about himself as a child. And so he was out playing with his friends, just being kind of like a mischievous child. Like he was young. He was trying to smoke cigarettes and all that other shit. Something happened where they were going under an overpass or under a bridge or something like that, and a truck fell off and fell on him, and he survived. And, of course, he survived in a couple of days, and, then he started noticing that he could do the stuff that Jesus could do.
Uh-huh.
And so, he's recounting his story about how he got to where he is, and then the end of it is a huge twist that you never really see coming. Maybe. If I tell you that there's a twist, then you could probably figure out the twist. But when you're first reading it, you don't realize that there's a twist.
Right.
But there was supposed to be a second part and it never came out. Probably it was protested because it's called American Jesus.
Well, that first one you're talking about, it seems like it could end up as a movie, like, with the like the guys who do This Is the End and Seth Rogen and all that.
I think it would work out a whole lot better, probably as a animated miniseries. I don't think that I would want to see a live action version of this.
Right.
Like, I don't really want to see a dude fighting people with his penis. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to see that. Like, I'm cool.
You can totally see like the guys from Pineapple Express. Those guys doing this shit.
Yeah, yes, those are the guys that would do something like that. But no, I don't want to see a live action version of that. But an animated version, I would be cool with. Like a mini series. Like, don't try to extend this shit for like seasons, like we talked about earlier. Don't try to extend this shit for a whole bunch of seasons and they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're just kind of making the shit up as they go.
Well, if it was up to the guy with the big penis, then he would definitely extend it.
It's already extended. It doesn't go down anymore.
Oh,
Like he has to wear he basically when they go out and they wear their little costumes or whatever like that, he has an apparatus where he wraps it around himself. It kind of goes behind him and over his shoulder.
If you experience an erection for more than 4 hours,
yeah, he would probably be a candidate for like when you have too much Viagra and they need to put a needle in your dick and drain the blood out. He would probably be a candidate for that, except for his indestructible.
Right.
And you could actually like hit people with it. So yeah, fun times. All right. So you got anything else you watched?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I have listened to some new things. As you know, I've been moving. I finally got everything out of that apartment and gave them the keys today. Even though I moved most of my stuff out last Saturday, I still had like a washer and dryer. I ended up selling it on Craigslist and all this other stuff. And I finally got out and, but like during all of this, I just started listening to random stuff that would come up. And so I did listen to the Drake album. It's not bad. I think I spoke about this on Facetious also. Listen, there's some jams on there.
Here too.
There's some jams on there. And I had the wrong album. I said it was Views. I said it was Views and it's not Views. It is, let me pull it up. It's not Views. It's the most recent one that he came out with. And it's not bad. Like, it's really not bad. And then I also started listening to the Migos.
You were saying that it's basically like one song, but it's
yes, it is. Song. It is the best idea. Oh, the Drake album is called More Life. It is the best idea in the history of music making. Like, we gonna have fire ass beats. We're gonna make extremely rudimentary songs that we can reproduce, and people are gonna love it. Like, that's really what it is. Like, it's the most genius idea ever. Even to the point where, like, and I don't know if I've said it on this show before, but I've said it before on different podcasts. Somebody who is not like directly connected family, like, my step family's people. I follow him. He's a young man, and I follow him on Facebook, and he actually totally believes that the Migos are more important to music than the Beatles. He believes this. Like, this is not like, it's not like him just being hyperbolic. Like, he actually believes that Migos is more important to music than the Beatles. I don't even like the Beatles, and I know how much of a false statement that is.
I was about to say, there's a difference between not liking something and knowing its impact on. I mean, like,
right. But then again, he's young. Like, he's like, if he's in his 20s, it's like 20 or 21. Like, he's not like of age.
So anything that was made before 2000 is completely dad rock or dad music.
Probably. If you believe that about the Migos, then you probably believe a whole bunch of shit about music that's completely fucking untrue. But I will say that Migos jams, though, like, it really fucking jams. Like, it's not even, I know it's something that you're never going to listen to, but it can jams. And like, when you're just like packing boxes and moving stuff around and stuff like that, just throw on some headphones and you get your Migos on, and it'll, at the very least, it'll keep you moving. And it works. It works for what you need it for.
It didn't work.
Yeah. So it's fucking dope. And, yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of the Migos and then just random kind of new dude songs, and it's pretty cool. I don't, I've been listening to that more than anything else lately. I can't, a lot of my podcasts I listened to took a break over the holidays, and they're just now coming back, so I haven't really got back into my podcast yet. I don't even know how much of the podcast I can actually listen to at my job. And I will find all of that stuff out tomorrow because I actually have a job now.
Nice. Yeah, we were saying that that you could, if that didn't happen, if the next podcast you still didn't have a job, I would said, hey man, you can come stay down here, find a job down here. But I don't know. You might go crazy with all little kids running around and stuff.
Yeah, I have a really hard time with kids. Like, I don't really like kids that much. This is me being honest. Like, I don't really like kids that much. I really only like my kid. And my kid provides so much comedy for me because she's very much like me. And so I will have a conversation like this actually happened. So I got a call, I think it was yesterday. So I gave her she's having issues in school, not doing her homework and not turning stuff in on time and stuff like that. And her grades are slipping because she's not doing her work. So we had a conversation like, yo, I'm giving you a computer. I bought you an updated Google machine that you keep in your pocket. Like, do your homework with the Google machine. Like, duh. Like, if you don't want to do your homework, cool. Just do it really fucking fast. Use a calculator and say fuck all of this shit. But also show your work. Apparently, she didn't hear that last part. So she goes to school and she does her math homework. She uses a calculator, just does all of the math homework really fast, shows none of the work. And the first time she's asked about it, she was like, "Oh no, Daddy told me I could." Like, oh. Well, and so now I have to answer because I get the phone call because, of course, her mom thinks that she's lying. So she was like, is she telling the truth? Did you really tell her that? Why would you tell her that? And I'm like, yes. I mean, I kind of did, but there was also another part, and I felt like I was in trouble. Like, I felt like I was in trouble with her because of the tone of which that conversation went. I was just like, I did tell her that. You know what? I just really wanted her to do her homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wanted to do her homework. And then, so I call her back. I call her back today and I'm like, you didn't hear all of what I had to say. I said do your homework, but show the work. Just use the calculator for the small parts, genius. Don't get us both fucked up. Like, what do you do? And I'm just like, you fucking narc. Like, you fucking narked me out. But that's my child, and I love her. But yeah, sometimes I mean, I already knew that my daughter was a narc. And I've always tried to get that about her.
He's stealing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, she tried to get me killed. That's right. I forgot about he's stealing. She totally tried to get me killed in Baltimore right after Freddie Gray. So yeah, she tried to get me killed. So my daughter is a narc, but I'm like, don't narc me out on this. Like, what is you doing? So.
That shit, when I listened to that shit, I was like freaking, I couldn't contain myself, dude. That shit was so fucking funny, dude.
Bruh, I'm a black dude in Baltimore. She started saying that shit. I was afraid. Like, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're trying to get me killed? Like, I was really like, holy fuck, Freddie Gray just happened. I'm gonna be the next Freddie Gray. Like, all of y'all gonna know my name because Baltimore police fucked me up because they thought I was stealing cookies. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But that's my baby and I love her. But I wish, you know what I wish for my child? I wish that on some level she could be a little bit less like me. Because that's definitely something I would have done. Like, you'd be like, oh, do all my homework with the calculator or just use my phone and look shit up? Cool, I'm gonna do that. And then somebody be like, did you cheat on your homework? No, I used the calculator like my dad told me to. Like, I totally would have fucking did that shit. Like, my dad told me to do this. He said, and like, she actually said, like, really what I actually said. I was like, nobody fucking cares about homework. Just fucking do your homework. And,
in high school and stuff, they let us use the calculator.
Exactly, but apparently they don't want you to do it when you're in the 4th grade. But I did actually say, like, no one really fucking cares about homework. It's just homework. And so that was all, like, said back to me when it was all being when I felt like I was in trouble. So. Yeah, but I did say that. Like, see, that's the problem. I did say all of that shit. It's just that one piece that she just wasn't paying attention to.
Right.
But that's my child. I love her. But she's always in trouble. Always fucking up in school. And I really wish she was a better student. Like, my daughter is probably going to be a musician of some sort. and she's failing her music class. She got like a 45 in her music class. I'm like, how the fuck did you get a 45 in music? You have music in your soul, lady. Like, how the fuck did you do that?
I guess it's the whole thing, like me, like, when I was in high school and stuff. I mean, I liked writing, and I liked playing music, and I liked pretty much doing a lot of the stuff that they were trying to get us to do. And I liked reading, you know. But I didn't want to read what they wanted me to read. I didn't want to write what they wanted me to write. I wanted to write what I wanted to write and read the shit that I wanted to read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to make the music I want to make. I don't want to, like, sit here and play freaking buzzing bees or whatever.
Right. and also, the one thing she got from me, and then we can wrap this up. One thing she got from me is a terrible handwriting. I always blame my terrible handwriting on the fact that I'm left-handed. I've always done that. She's not left-handed, and her handwriting is so terrible that I had to buy her graph paper because she has to do all of her homework on graph paper, because of how bad her handwriting is. You know what? I failed a, they used to make us take this test. And you take it when you're in middle school. And if you don't pass this test by the time you get into 12th grade, you cannot graduate. It is a baseline, a math, reading, writing test. I don't think they do it anymore. I think it's called the LPT, the Literacy Passport Test, or whatever like that it used to be called. I had to do my test over again. I had to do my writing test over again, not because I did anything wrong. They couldn't read it. So I had to take classes. I mean, the classes were fucking dope. The classes were fucking dope because, like, they were after school and they gave us, like, candy and shit and, like, was teaching us about the skills that we needed to pass the fucking test. But, like, they gave us candy and soda and shit like that. And they don't really do a whole lot of that in school. But I didn't, that was fucking dope. And to be honest, I didn't even need to be there. It's just, I just had to write better.
Right.
So, like, all of the candy and shit was fucking dope. But yeah, I and then when I did it the second time, I just wrote really slow because I failed it before. They gave me more time, thinking that I was too dumb to do it, and I wasn't too dumb. My handwriting was just fucking terrible.
Well, before when we were talking on the phone, did you say you had some new juice or something?
Oh man, I went to, oh man, I probably should have prepared this in advance. But I did, I was running out of juice and I went back to Avail. Avail has good juice, but it's expensive juice. And they were having a sale. They were having a buy two, get the third free. And, they had some stuff that they was getting rid of. So, they gave me an extra free one. So for the price of two, I got 4. And so I bought the two that I already liked. So here's the thing. With the ones that I already liked, the Ruby Roads is the one that I tried, that I got back into first. And here's the problem with Ruby Roads. Ruby Roads tastes like fruit punch.
Uh-huh.
But it is not until you vape it that you realize that you don't want warm fruit punch. Like, the idea that, like, okay, it's fruit punch, and it tastes just like fruit punch, and it is fucking delicious, but it's warm. Like, I really wish that they would not necessarily add menthol, but, there's another additive that they can add to stuff that makes it have, like, a cool exhale. When I went to one of those places where they make the stuff for you. And the guy was telling me about that. Like, that's something that they can add to it, where you can make it cooler without it tasting minty.
Right.
They really need to add that to Ruby Roads because Ruby Roads, it's great, but it's warm fruit punch, and who the fuck wants warm fruit punch? And then Bliss is great. I mean, that's my favorite one from Avail. And that's the one that is peach cobbler, and it is a much better peach cobbler than you would ever expect it to be as a vape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's really good. And then I had 2 new ones. One was the one that I got for the third free, which was, I can't remember the name of it, but it's grape candy. And it came in handy because I had ordered some grape candy from Dollar E Juice. And I just ran out of grape candy, so this is just more grape candy. It tastes basically the same. Is a little bit of difference because Dollar E juice is 70-30 and this one is 50-50. So there's a little bit of a taste difference. I at this point I can't really say which one I like better. Because they're both pretty much the same. And then the last one that I got, it was some stuff they were trying to get rid of. I can't remember the name of it, but it's peach soda.
See, that's what I was about to say, is the ones that are soda I don't like because they all taste like flat soda.
Yes. But see, here's the problem. They didn't have this one in 6, so I got a 12. And I sat down. I was getting ready to go do something, so I sat down. I put a little bit of this in the mod, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go." I took a couple of puffs while I was sitting here, and then I got up to go walk out of the door, and I was woozy as fuck. I was like, "Ooh, sit the fuck back down for a minute."
Yeah, that'll happen, man.
Yeah, but it's. I think it's the fact that it's a 12. It doesn't taste as great as I think it would if it didn't have as much nicotine in it. So, but I'll get back. I'll get back on that one. I did order some more juice. Now that I'm settled and I'm where I'm supposed to be and all of this stuff with the apartment and stuff is done. I order some more juice. I need to order some more Thug juice. I really need to. But I order from Dollar E Juice and I order from Broke Dick. And so that stuff is coming in soon. I probably should record some videos and just do the whole reviewing the different flavors and stuff like that on the YouTube. I may have the time coming up, who knows. So there's that.
Yeah, I had got some new. Like I said, we were in Hendersonville in the mountains, and there's a certain vape shop there that when I'm there, I'll kind of splurge a little bit and go get some. And they're called Artifact, and that's the one that I was telling you that's like the apple fritter or whatnot. But this time I actually didn't get that because I was like, so how much is the 120 mil? And he was like $45. Oh, and I was like,
that's why I buy my stuff. Like, if I need 120, I go to either Dollar E Juice or Broke Dick, because Broke Dick is 120 and they are 2 for $23.
And it's not that I don't think that juice is worth that $45 because that is amazing juice. But but I was like, you know what? Do you have any around 100 mils that are under 30? And he was like, well, here's one that's called the Mama San. And well, here you go. That's what the thing looks like, just for you.
Okay.
You know? But it's a
you look like you look different from like your profile picture. You kind of look like Teen Wolf's dad right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this
for everyone listening on the podcast. He turned on his camera to show it.
But it's called ASAP, and it's supposed to be like a mixture of like sour candies, like a green apple and a strawberry and a peach, like little peach rings.
Okay.
But it's also got a cool exhale, so it's kind of like got a little bit of a menthol and I'm not really used to that. And it's not that I don't like menthol, I'm just not used to it, and sometimes it kind of makes me cough a little bit on the end. But it's good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm more of a menthol fan than not. I'm very much two of my favorite juices are Hawk Sauce and Thug Juice, and those are both very mentholy. There's a Dollar E Juice has a grape menthol that's okay. It's all right. Is just straight grape menthol. It's not like a grape punch like my nigga juice is. Because that one's more of a grape punch with menthol. I really like both. I'm more of a menthol person, but sometimes if you vape a lot of menthol, it really kind of, I don't know, it starts tasting funny to me, and then you got to like put it down for a little bit. Especially,
I think that nicotine messes up the menthol. There was one, I think it was called Locked and Loaded. I haven't seen them around as much anymore, but they had a menthol and they're local. I think maybe out of Winston-Salem. But they had a menthol called Berry Cold or something like that. But
Okay.
that was the coldest menthol I've ever had. And I like that one in just a 0, just because the coldness got messed up if I put the nicotine in there. Because the nicotine kind of, has the hot throat hit and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And all I wanted that for is that freaking frigid throat hit. I mean, you would get the throat hit on 0 just because of the menthol. And, like, people that were around me, and I would vape out a cloud or something, they were like, the cloud actually felt cold to them. It was that cold.
Wow.
Like, so.
Yeah, they need to put some of that in Ruby Roads.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm getting some stuff, so I'll do some things. I'll try to either do some. Well, I'd already said that I was gonna put, if I do a vlog video or a YouTube video or whatever like that, I would just rip the audio and post it to the feed anyway. Because I mean, our feed is doing better than it had been. The feed is doing well, but we still need to build our audience, and I'm really trying. Okay, most days I don't really care. I'm not even gonna lie. Most days I don't really care. I podcast because it's fun. I don't like all of the other shit that comes with podcasting. I don't really like editing. I don't really like posting it to social media and all of the other shit. It's just fucking. It's time consuming, and I'm like, fuck it. I just really wanted to talk, which is great because I have Gremlin and I can schedule it to just send it out through the Twitter every day.
Yeah.
Which I need to do that to the last shows. But I think we have to do, we have to try to figure out a way to do more audience engagement, and build our profile a little bit, because I really kind of want to do the Patreon thing.
Cool. Yeah. I because ever since last year, and like in March, it will be a year since I've been on here, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I was thinking about our Persona 4 thing that we were trying to do, and kind of how that, if it wasn't for that, like, I probably wouldn't even been on the podcast. You know what I mean? Because the whole thing is that we started to do a podcast because the stream messed up. But then I was thinking about Extra Life, and it's a new year, and Good for Gaming have sent out their things again. And I don't really want to join their team until I'm ready to start doing it, because last year, I did it pretty much every year since 2015, and it's not like I brought in crazy numbers. I know some people on that team bring in some freaking big numbers of the monies to the Extra Life, which is not going to be me. I just like doing it. And if I get like $20, I got $20, that goes to Duke. But I was thinking about it, and if around March I try to do the Persona 4 thing again, and we do it the same way we did it before, and I was thinking about not starting over and just having it continue so we didn't have to do stuff again. But it was only like 2 episodes, and I did watch those 2 episodes again, and there's some funny stuff in there, but a lot of it is like us trying to figure stuff out, you trying to find your Twitch password. I was like, so a lot of that 3 hours that we're playing was a lot of me like pause the game, trying to do stuff. So I was like, maybe we should start over, because I don't think it should take 3 hours to get to that point that we got to. But anyway,
but like my homie is in charge of the Raleigh Guild of Extra Life.
Is this the dude with the beard? What's his name?
No, I don't think Marcus has a beard. Does he?
Marcus
Summers.
Another guy
he goes by Major Linux, and he is a very large black man. But he is the president of the Raleigh Guild.
Okay. Well, the guy that I talked to, he was this guy with a beard. But in 2015 I went up there, even though I was with Good for Gaming, I still went up there and hung out, and it was really cool. Like, even on their little thing for last year, I was in the picture, since in 2016 they didn't do one because they didn't have the location or whatnot. But so in 2017,
so you say you're in the picture?
Yeah, on the 2017 like event or whatnot on Facebook.
Really? I wonder if it's the same picture that I saw.
It's like a big picture, and they're holding up the sign. There's like some dudes in the front, but we're kind of in the back a little bit. But
I'm looking at a picture right now. I don't know if this is the picture, but this looks like a picture, and Marcus is all the way to the right. He's the big black dude.
Well, you might see me in there a little bit, but
I don't see you unless you look different.
I might have did.
But this is a March 2016 kickoff meeting.
It would have been a November 17 like actual 24-hour thing.
Okay, let me see. I'm looking. I really want to find it.
Well, anyway, what I was thinking about doing, how Persona works is that the game is like dates. You know what I mean? So if I start instead of like trying to do, we got to do 2 hours. We're not going to get much done in 2 hours playing that game. You know what I mean? So I was thinking about like maybe like for a couple of days we can do like 6 hours a day once a month, and I would just pretty much just play through that month in the game, and then the next month. So it would kind of keep it fat. So in October it would be the October part. When they're doing Christmas, it would actually be around Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would keep me doing Extra Life pretty much all year, and keep kind of advertising the show and advertising Extra Life and doing that whole thing. And I like puns, and I could call it Persona 4 Charity. Persona 4 Charity.
Really? Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at a picture from the Facebook. It says September. It's September 2017. I don't see you, but then again, like other than brief glimpses in like your profile pics, I don't really know what you look like except for today you look like Teen Wolf's dad.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was super fun. I wasn't able to really stream that night. Some people were able to stream, but there's a lot of people there, and when everybody tried to get on the bandwidth, it was kind of hard. So I just played the game, and I was trying to record it, and that didn't. I set down my settings for the internet they had there, and then when I tried to record in OBS, I had it on those same settings, and it looked like crap. So I could have recorded it and still uploaded it, but I messed that up. But it was super fun because it was like a big LAN party, except everyone was playing different stuff. Okay. Like I was playing Far Cry, someone was playing Borderlands, someone was playing DayZ and whatnot. We were all just hanging out. It was.
I know this is super inside for the podcast, but I just shared you the picture. I want to see. Are you in this picture? I put it in Skype because I really want to know if you're in this picture.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me.
Yeah, this is like super inside when it comes to all of this stuff. I just know like the fact that you might have been there at the same time as my homeboy, and you have no idea who I'm talking about. And he's the president of the guild. That's what I think is kind of funny. Like
right before I look at it, I'm going to share you one too.
Okay, that works.
So this is the one I'm actually in.
That is the same picture.
Okay.
And where are you in this picture? I should totally put this on the podcast.
Okay, I'm over the left, or your left, over the right shoulder of the guy with the red shirt.
I'm wearing the shit with the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus is all the way on the left, the big black dude.
Cool. Yeah, I remember him there.
Okay. So, yeah. But yeah, so I would totally like, and if you don't want to just hop on the Good for Gaming stuff, I would say holla at the homie, man, because, that's my dude.
I'm thinking about doing it because I really like doing that, and even though I've been really cool, RoboPig is awesome, and he's really helped me out when it comes to like my streams and stuff, but they got a good thing going over there, and it'd be kind of cool to do something local, and Good for Gaming, like I said, they got a good thing going over there. They don't really need me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like holy crap, those, you must be really short. How tall are you?
5'8".
Oh my god, you are short. But yeah, yeah, man, I want to do it. See, here's the thing, I want to do it. I don't care about streaming. I'd much rather record the videos and put them up as opposed to streaming.
Well, Well, why don't I handle a lot of the streaming stuff and you handle a lot of just posting video stuff?
Because I don't give a shit about Persona.
What not?
Even
not
though
Persona,
even though I'm probably going to play 5 at some point this year.
Well, the like I do my Persona thing, and anything that you want to do, you can just post videos for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so you know, when I do that, all you have to do is show up. You don't have to mess with any of the technical stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. So all right. So we kind of stressed this out a little bit too long because we're over.
Yeah, we went into like some of the backdoor podcasting stuff with the people.
Yeah, but I always try to be clear with the podcasting and stuff like that. Oh, the homie Danny Knight said that he started a Twitch thing and is trying to get that all squared away, and he was supposed to send me a link to his Twitch page and he did not. But look for the homie Danny Knight on Twitch. He wants to start a whole Twitch thing, and he and like I'm like, yo, why didn't you tell me? Like I'm not really on Twitter that much. I mean, I'm on Facebook more than I'm on Twitter these days. So like, I would have checked you out. Like, and then I told him that I would shout him out on the shows. So, when I get a link, and when I find it, I will put it in the show notes. Go check out the homie, Danny Knight. He's been riding for your boy for so long. And, so it's only right that when he gets his stuff straight, that I ride for him in his, Twitch page.
Cool. Yeah. And I have some shout outs too. Cause,
right. Go ahead, do you think?
Well,
and then we wrap.
Shout out to our boy Mach 20, cause he's the one that sent in the request to watch the movie, which kind of kicks off our whole watching the movie.
Do we want to pick another movie?
We can.
Has to be something that's on Netflix or Amazon Prime straight. No add-ons.
Yeah. If anybody wants to shoot us a movie, it has to be on.
You know what? I'll pick a movie. I really want to watch that Will Smith joint. What's it called? Bright?
Uh-huh.
Because some people are saying that it's terrible. Some people is like, it's okay. They're already going to do a sequel because like 11 million people have watched it. So I want to watch Bright. So we're watching Bright for the next show.
Cool. But yeah, 2 more shout outs. I want to shout out Spider Venom, Fred Rojas, because I'd asked him to come on the show tonight, but he wasn't able to. It was kind of short notice, but because we played some games with him, and he's kind of he was
a cool dude, and I really would like to get back into that. I really would like to get back into playing more games with people. And you need to get your Xbox back.
Yes, I do. And my last shout out is to Meef J, because he's another one I was going to have come on the podcast tonight, but because the whole you getting Kingdom of Amalur, I was going to have him come on, because that whole thing.
Yes, I bought it. I talked about it on Facetious, but I bought it. Don't know when I'm going to play it, but I finally bought it. It was $5. I pulled the trigger. I was not, however, going to pull the trigger on the super edition. I know it was like 12 or 15 for like the super edition with all the DLC, and I'm like, fuck that.
Well, but both of them said that Fred Rojas said that he would really love to be on the show, and then Meef J said rain check because he was his wife is sick and he's pretty much single parent right now.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I think it's been a while since I had the homie Meef on the show. We should do that. We need to get more guests. Let's do more guests. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll talk about that after the fact. Because I do have some people that I would love to get on. Like, I haven't had Blue on a show in a very long time, other than that State of the Industry show, which was kind of a cross section between me, him, and Knox, and stuff like that. But we haven't had him on the show proper in quite some time, so we should do that. There's a couple people that I would like to get on, and we should do that, especially because the anniversary is next month, and we got to do something good for the anniversary.
The anniversary of what?
The show.
Oh, I thought you said the anniversary of Xbox.
No.
Like,
the anniversary of the show is February 17th.
Oh yeah, nice. I think the last episode before I came on was the anniversary show of last year. So yeah. We've been there's been some hiccups, but I think we've been pretty steady with it.
And that reminds me, I need to pay for the domain again. Look, I'm glad I reminded myself. Yeah, I gotta pay for the domain again. Which means I have to, like, the one time a year I gotta find my fucking GoDaddy password. I never remember that shit. I never remember it. And then every year I'm like, fuck, how do I do this?
Right.
Alright, so for the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm. And we're out of here.
Later.
Peace out to the Warriors.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.